I'm starting this broadcast. Alright, let me set up real quick.
I still do not trust my unconventional allies, but they are grateful to me. But I digress. Who would have thought the MCT was capable of time travel? How many stations does this group have? This little girl is the fair to. Only time will tell what new questions await us in this theater of the
Alright, let's get it done. Theater, Germany. That doesn't tell us anything. It just tells us we're in a theater. You know, Kindertoten is actually based off of a real place in Germany. I think it's in... I think it's in Berlin. Though I could be incorrect.
Oh, I found the rock! Great!
Alright, so we're at 2,000 points.
Why am I so heavy now?
Round 3. Yeah, that could have just turned out really bad for us. Oh shit.
You know how to say owned in Russian? Owned! Useless! I don't like its beady little eyes. This will make demon holes nicely.
Alright.
More bullets, more drinks. This is not so bad. Vodka for everybody.
Pretty good loadout here. An RPK is really nice. The monkey bombs are useful. Hey! It's that Jim Henry guy from last night's stream. He's back. It's pretty sweet. I'm only going to stream until 6. I just got off work. It was a pretty tough day. But I'm going to go get my hair cut, and then I'm going to stop by the gun store to buy me some ammo. Then I'll come back home and chill out for the night. Alright. I don't know, we'll see. I got paid. I'll see if I have the time to go through a background check, and maybe I might buy me another rifle. Can't have too many these days. Oh, maybe.
I found another rock.
Alright, guys. So it's important that we start to move toward getting that power open, especially around round 5. The only reason... I mean, I could have had this already opened up by now, but then again, I had to use that box. That LCAR 9 was not going to be sufficient whatsoever. Alright, we need literally 1 point. Now we have enough to buy it open. And it's important that we get this open because without power, no perks. No perks, well, we're kind of fucked. So, also, we need to open up this middle part of the map anyway. Here we go. Still, $0 looks kind of bad. Stink crawlers will be activated. I wonder, I really wonder, guys, if I should do a challenge where we play all Aquino without ever opening up the power. How long do you think we'd survive without Pack-a-Punch, without any of that shit? I mean, worst case scenario, the box spawns in one of these two areas, and the problem with that is, like I said, this middle hallway literally has 2 box spawns, one right there, and one in the worst spot ever in the whole map right there. In my opinion, it's the worst spot ever, because it's just you in the middle of that hallway, you got enemies from right, left, forward, backward, behind you, in front of you, to the upper left side of you. Zombies coming through, stink crawlers falling out of the roof, ganging up on all sides. Yeah, Kino der Toten's my favorite default map of all default maps. I think it's the best default map out of any of them. I do give credit to Transit though. I think it was ambitious. It's just the I think it tried to do too much though, it tried to exceed what it was supposed to do. I mean, it is known as one of either the best, or depending on who you ask, you'll get one of 2 answers. It's either one of the best or one of the worst maps. And to me, it's neither. It's in the middle. I get why people say it's a bad map. It is incomplete. It was supposed to be a much bigger map. But granted, it was on limited hardware or whatever, software or whatever. The engine it was running on was very limited, so there was a lot of limitations to the Xbox 360 and the P3, the PS3. So with that being said, these limitations held the map's potential back, and that's why that was the only big map we got in Black Ops 2. I'm not going to say that, Alcatraz or Mob of the Dead was a small map by any regards, but you didn't need a bus to get around that map. The problem is Transit really wasn't that big. You take away the fog, it's really not a lot of running. The fog makes it appear big. Technically speaking, all the lava was supposed to restrict players from exploring those fogged areas, and then they added the denizens, those monster things that jump on your back. those things are supposed to be annoying, and so it's supposed to discern you from. Got to go. We'll be on in an hour. Alright, man. Yeah, sorry, I got to streaming a bit later. Because, you know, I got off work, had to go to the store. I don't know, I got some stuff going on. Like I said, I'm not even planning on streaming for all that long. I'm just planning on doing my thing. You know, you can pack-a-punch monkeys in Black Ops 3. Which to me is cool as shit, but you know, you should have been able to pack-a-punch monkeys a different way, I think. So it involves a gobble gum, and you get it, and it box power, or there's just, you know, that's really it.
That smells disgusting. Like my fourth wife. She pretty. Pretty and smelly. Weird combo.
Yeah, if you get box power and you get monkeys, you get pack-a-punched monkeys. So, you know, the problem with that is it's really hard to get monkeys. In any situation, it's hard to get monkeys.
Beats a hammer and sickle every time.
Alright, we're gonna save up for some mule kick, because we need a third weapon, dude. I always run my loadouts the same way. This is my perma build. I will never switch perks. You know, I used to go sometimes double tap, or stamina up. But I only use those perks if I have like a soda fountain or an unquenchable. That's if I'm lucky enough to get it from soda fountain. To be honest with you guys, Deadshot Daiquiri is actually overpowered if you have quick draw. You know what I mean? So you combine that too. You got a decent little combination going, especially if, like, let's say you're using something like a Dingo with a quick draw and one of the Deadshot Daiquiri, because it basically auto aims to the head for you. Essentially, you combine that with quick draw, ADS is faster. You know, you got yourself a good little combination. You add fast mags with speed cola, some jug and double tap. You got yourself a nasty combination there. Because again, you know, double tap increases fire rate. You get that rapid fire on there. You're mowing down through zombies with that gun, dude. The Dingo is just all around a decent gun. But I still think it's over. I still think there are guns that are better than the Dingo. I think the RPK is better. A lot of people are hot. Well, keep in mind, you know, the RPK is an RPK. Alright, we got enough to pack. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pack the RPK. We're not getting rid of this gun anytime soon. This thing is a massive ammo count. I mean, this thing holds 100 rounds. It's a fat stack of bullets. So we're just gonna go and pack it. Yeah, I mean, you guys know what it is. I mean, it's fucking King, man. Ah, sweet dogs. Ah, we'll have ourselves a nice little max ammo when this is all through. The R115 resonator. I need Widow's Wine as well. You know, perk-wise, Widow's Wine is just necessary. So what I always run is Widow's Wine, Jug, Mule Kick, and Speed Cola. I don't know, I just like being able to rebuild. Oh, sweet. Where's the... Oh, I think it's over this way. Nah, I forget where it was. I used to memorize them, but it's been so fucking long. And I honestly don't play this map enough to remember, but I remember a few of them are. There's this one room, the dentist chair, I remember that one. The one in the Pentagon, like with the rocket and all that shit. Sam's normal bedroom, that was Sam's possessed bedroom or whatever the hell. I don't know, I call it the possessed bedroom. There's probably a corrupted bedroom or what do you call? I don't know. Fucking, you guys don't talk about the fucking red room with the big ass teddy bear. I mean, like, Jesus Christ. Fucking, that freaked me out as a kid. I'm like, what in the fuck? Like, what in the Silent Hill is this? I don't know, man. That red room gave me Silent Hill vibes. Silent Hill 3 vibes in particular. I don't know why. It just does. Alright, yeah, hell no, fuck this. We gotta get out of here. Yeah, you guys know that at one point this was supposed to be the 4th World at War map? Obviously, because, you know, Modern Warfare 2, you know, came out, they had to poop it out quicker. So we stopped development of this map. Use this map on, what do you call it? On Black Ops 1, and it still had assets from World at War. So, I don't know, it's kind of weird.
I'll drink to your death.
Oh, shit. Really? Okay. I'll remember that. Alright, we're halfway there to get speed cola. Well, we're already around 10 and already got a packed RPK. I mean, I think we're going to be pretty decent and pretty solid. You know, I honestly miss Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 had fun zombies. I mean, I still think Black Ops 2 was overrated. Especially because for a lot of people it was their first Black Ops game. I don't mean Call of Duty game, but their first Black Ops game. You know, because Modern Warfare 3 and 2 had already dropped. And by the time that Black Ops 1 dropped, you know what I mean? I feel like so many people were just too busy playing Modern Warfare 2. You know, I don't hear a lot of people talking a lot about Black Ops 1 anymore, really. I mean, you get you get the few people that just, you know, they live off of Black Ops 1, and it's like, wow, that's me. I'm part of that community that loves Black Ops 1 more than Black Ops 2 and 3, but then again, I like what they did here with the remastered maps. I just truly wish that Chronicles was handled a bit different. Like, I wish they didn't release the Giant when they did. I wish they released it like this, with these packs, because I feel like going to the Giant, having to watch that really long cutscene where basically it was Edward Richtofen and this and that, and you know, at the time it was cool because I got to play my second favorite World at War map on this. And I know a lot of people are like, well, why the hell is, you know, Doris your second favorite World at War map? Well, I just liked Verrückt. I always thought Verrückt was always fun and a good challenge, but Doris really was the best. I will say this, I prefer Verrückt, but Doris is the best World at War map. I think that Kino is a good resemblance of both Shino Numa, Verrückt, and Doris. For instance, it's like the beginning of the map's a little bit like Shino Numa, a little bit. I mean, you get that access point, and essentially that lobby acts as like a hub. You can go to the alleyway from there, you can go to the upstairs portion, or you can go through the center. Granted, I don't think that's what they were trying to accomplish with that, but still, it's kind of like Shino Numa. Right, where the middle of the map gives you the access points. There are 3 access points in Shino Numa. There's the comms room, the storage room, the fishing hut, and the medical? The doctor height? Yeah, there's about like 4 actually, not 3. Close, but still incorrect.
This is proper socialist reform.
Lord, I kind of want to go downstairs and play Borderlands 2 for a bit, but I don't want to because I'm doing really good. Okay, alright. Good, we keep getting these back in. Exactly what the doctor ordered. You got that right, Nikolai. Nikolai shall not die. There we go. I'm gonna buy that for a point. Did I say buy that? I mean build that. Whatever, I'm a fucking retard. Christ. We're almost there. We're just over halfway. We're just on the we're over the halfway point to getting Mule Kick. Which I hear a lot of people talking shit about Mule Kick. Everyone's like, it's an expensive perk. And by the time that you get all 3 of your weapons packed plus Mule Kick, that's like $20,000. And it's like, plus, you know, you have to buy the weapons. So yeah, it's over $20,000 essentially. And I might add, that is true, but on the flip side, if you're gonna pack all 3 of your weapons, that in and of itself is $15,000. Mule Kick is $4,000, which gives you literally, I think, $19,000 if I'm doing my math right. Something like that, yeah. $19,000. So yeah, buying 3 weapons, unless one of your weapons was the starting weapon, or either way, any gun in this game, if you have 2 of them, it's gonna cost 1,000 points. So no matter which way you slice it, you're gonna end up spending a large portion of points on weapons, because the mystery box is 950, which is 50 points off of, you know what I mean, 50 points off of 1,000. Tier 2 weapons cost 750. Tier 1 costs 500. So if you were to buy 2 Tier 1 weapons, you'd spend $1,000. Pack them is to be 5,000. So that's that's about 6,000 points. So no matter what decision you do, you're going to end up spending over 20,000 points. But still, when considered if you're playing on solo matches, all the kills in the game are entitled to be yours. Damn. And I got domed. You know, I forgot I had monkeys too. I actually forgot I had monkeys. That's how little I use monkeys. I mean, you know, I was getting fucking, what do you call it, max ammos left and right, but I fucking forgot I had monkeys. In fact, I believe that they should give you 5 monkeys instead of 3. I've always said that. They should always give you 5 grenades instead of 3. And I also say that with trip mines. They should have made it 3 trip mines. You know, 5 monkeys, 5 grenades, 3 trip mines. That's just correct, because, I mean, think about it, dude. On those later waves, it makes it so hard to... Imagine if you could pack-a-punch grenades, or upgrade grenades somehow. That would be kind of cool, but... You know, Black Ops Zombies, I mean, there's not a whole lot you have to do to get the perfect setup. One of them is trip mines. I mean, you only get 2 per match. They regenerate. But it would be really cool if you can get, like, 3 or 4. Because I feel like just 2 is just not enough on the later waves. I mean, yeah, it kills a large number of zombies and all that. Yeah, they're versatile, but they're great in every aspect, but they're very limited. Secondly speaking, it's the same issue with with wonder weapons. I wish that they just had a slightly bigger ammo pool, at least 2 more magazines for every wonder weapon, 2 more mags worth of ammo pool. 2. That's all I'm asking, is just 2 more mags for the Zeus Cannon Thunder Gun pack-a-punched, right? This is what the Zeus Cannon is. It's a Thunder Gun packed, holds 4 rounds, so that'd be 16 more shots. Just 2 mags is 16 more shots that you get, right? No, that's 8. That is 8, because it's 4 times 2. So another mag would add 8 more ammo to your maximum ammo pool. Yeah, in the long run of things, it's not a whole lot of ammo, but still, I mean, if it's 2 or 3, I mean, if it were 3, that would be 12 more rounds of the Thunder Gun you'd have to fire. Now that's pretty slick, because in desperate situations you could really go to town and use it without having to suffer too much ammo loss. I don't know the exact specifications of it, but it would have been really badass if Mule Kick not only allowed you to have 3 weapons, but also gave you more maximum ammo. At least 25% of it, at least. That would be badass. I mean, you know, or some sort of buff where you have more ammo, because I feel like ammo pool and zombies is the most important thing you can do, because in all reality, Mule Kick is kind of needed, because that 3rd weapon provides you another weapon you can use use on ammo pool. And that 3rd weapon for me is either a wonder weapon or a wall weapon. One of the two, it can't be the other. The wonder weapon for emergency situations exclusively, or just to use whenever having excessive amounts of ammo. Like, let's say it's on dog round. Well, let's say a maximum ammo drops. I'm going to waste as much ammo as I can with it before getting my maximum ammo. You know how this shit works. Astro is here. What? Astro? What? That's just insane. What time is it? It's 4:40. It's about to be 5. I said I'd stream until 5, but it's 4:40. I think I'm in the stream a lot quicker than usual. But I gotta go get my hair cut, and I'm going to the gun store. I might buy me a gun, so it's gonna take up to like 40 to... It'll take like an hour and 20 minutes roundabout usually, plus drive time. So I mean, like, a background check process takes a little while, but it is what it is. But, you know, the other thing I wanted to mention, right, was damage. Damage is another important stat. It's one thing to where having a lot of ammo, but let's say, I mean, in a metaphorical sense, let's say you have the starting pistol with 1,000 rounds, but, you know, you're like, yeah, I have a lot of ammo to use with this thing, but it takes 6 magazines to kill an enemy, and that's only one enemy. See what I'm saying? So it's like, you want something with a lot of damage and a lot of, you know, ammo pool and low recoil. Because, I mean, in all reality, when you're spraying and praying, you're not really ADSing. Accuracy is something accuracy is overrated. I mean, you kind of want to hit your shots. I mean, you know, something that has high amounts of recoil, low accuracy, and high fire rate means this. It means you're wasting your ammo because you're spraying and praying really fast. And all that recoil causes you to miss shots, and that's to the point where, like, you're missing 8 shots and you only killed 4 or 5 enemies. That's 8 shots wasted that could have been pumped into other enemies. But then again, it is what it is. You know, I always thought it would have been really badass if they had a perk. I'm still subbed. Sweet. Stay that way, man. I need support, man. I need the support. I always thought it'd be badass in a zombies game if they added a perk that allowed your bullets to penetrate through enemies. Imagine a perk that would be able to penetrate through 4 zombies. You know how easily you just like speed through the rounds if one bullet traveled through 4 zombies? You would just mow down through zombies so quickly, dude. Especially with something like the Dingo Pack-a-Punched. Like, think about that for a second, guys. A Dingo Pack-a-Punched with that kind of a perk. I would honestly replace Widow's Wine with that perk. I'd say Widow's Wine is essentially useless. I mean, it's still a great perk and all that, but I don't know, having that save your life kind of situation is kind of nice and all that, but dude, being able to penetrate through zombies, having a bullet being able to go through multiple zombies, like, that's overpowered. I mean, imagine that on a ray gun. Well, I mean, I don't think it would work because the ray gun does splash damage, but I mean, I'm sure there'd be exceptions like the thunder gun, the ray gun. I don't know about the Wunderwaffe DG2, but I like your explanations. I mean, think about it for a second. I mean, there's like 5 zombies in front of you. Your bullet can penetrate through 4. You pump in 6 shots. Let's say it only takes 5 shots to kill the zombies. Those bullets, I mean, you know, it takes 5 shots to kill a zombie. Well, 5 times 4 is, or 5 times 5 is 25. So it's going to take 25 bullets to kill all those zombies, essentially. Imagine if you can just narrow that down to 1 bullet can penetrate through 4, so it only takes 5 bullets to kill 4 zombies. And then, you know, then you get to mow down the other zombie for like 5 bullets. So that's only 10 bullets killed, 5 zombies versus 25 bullets. So that saved you 15 bullets that's still in your magazine that can be used to kill more zombies. But then again, you know what I mean? A perk like that would have to cost, I don't know, at least 30. Maybe a perk like that should cost like $8,000. And people are like, huh? More than Pack-a-Punch. But think about that. $8,000 for a perk that allows your bullets to penetrate through enemies. I mean, you combine that with something like double tap, which almost doubles your damage, I think. Yeah, it allows you to shoot 2 bullets at once. So imagine double damage with penetration. Dude, you'd be fucking shredding through enemies. I think that's what double tap does. Does it increase your fire rate or does it double your damage? I know it does one of the two. But imagine that with Pack-a-Punch, with a Pack-a-Punched gun that increases your damage significantly, with double Pack-a-Punched gun, better yet. Dude, you would, like, burn through zombies so quickly. I mean, like, just so quickly. I mean, it would keep you alive for so long. It would allow you to destroy large herds of zombies, like large hordes rather, not herds, but you get what I'm saying. But I mean, you don't really need range. I think range is a useless stat in zombies because really sniper rifles are one of the most useless weapons you can actually use in zombies because low magazine capacity, meaning you're constantly reloading. The accuracy is significantly high, but you have to be scoped. So sometimes ADSing and, you cut off your surroundings or zoomed onto one target. You're not seeing your surroundings while aiming down that scope. You don't see the zombie 15 feet in front of you. You're aiming at the zombie 70 to 80 feet away from you. And even that's not even that much range. 80 feet in Black Ops, dude, that's like a hallway almost. That's like a whole hallway. That's like the back of the starting room door from Kino, aiming down to the, from the up in the starting room of Kino, right? You buy that door upstairs, you go to the mystery box spawn, you look behind you, and you're shooting zombies from the barrier there. That's about like, I think that's about like 80, maybe 100 feet. I believe, something like that. So you're aiming at him, but meanwhile, you're not seeing the zombie like 20 inches away from you that's walking toward you, going to smack you. And then you have to get out of that scope, and then you have to kill that zombie. And, I mean, you just got smacked. Let's say you don't have Jug, then you're done. You're finished. Goodbye. Kaboom. And that's just how it works. So, snipers, in my opinion, are useless. I know some snipers can penetrate through zombies, I think, with headshots. That's badass. But again, if a perk allowed for bullet penetration, how overpowered would the snipers be if you get them, like, lined up? Like, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. I feel like penetration should be a thing in this game. Or in Black Ops Zombies, but I don't think it ever will be. I mean, we can look at the weapon kits real quick. I mean, some of the things you might want to note are damage. Damage is an important stat. Not the most important stat in the world, but it's an important stat nonetheless. What is my favorite gumball? Ah, that's tough. The Mega Gumball, probably like Perkaholic or Box Power. So I'll kind of run it through you. I'll kind of run it to you. So what Box Power does, where is it? It's right here. Crate Power, actually. It's not called Box Power. I call it Box Power, but it's actually called Crate Power. Basically what this does is when you get a gun out of the mystery box, it automatically Pack-a-Punches it. You combine that with Arms of Grace, which basically, in Arms of Grace is my most favorite Gobblegum of all time. When playing cooperative, though, when playing solo, it's completely useless for 2 reasons. Reason 1, well, when playing solo, well, actually, yeah, it's actually useless for only 1 reason, not 2 reasons. It's useless while playing solo because this works when you die. Basically, when you die, you keep your weapons with you. You don't lose your weapon. So let's say you had a ray gun Mark II and a thunder gun, and you died on a high round, your buddy's gonna get you. Instead of throwing the controller through your TV and screaming so loud that the windows in your bedroom and all around your house shatter and your earlobes explode and your friend's mic explodes, instead of getting that angry, you could save yourself the frustration and just respawn the next round with the weapons. So I mean, you know, that's pretty neat. They do not have a perk like that for perks. They do not have a gobble gum for perks. Like, the closest you get is aftertaste, and this works when you get revived. So if you actually die, this effect does not work. It only works if you are revived by another player. That is the only reason. Yeah, because if you're playing solo... See, I'm playing solo. For me, if I die, the game ends. So it's like I can't respawn. So if I were to die, I would not respawn. The only way I can respawn is having quick revive. And I would still have my weapons because I'm self-reviving myself. See what I'm saying? So, I mean, quick revive works like another player reviving you, only you're reviving yourself. So, I mean, Arms of Grace, really? I mean, it's counterintuitive to solo play. Now, if you're playing with your buddies, this is the most useful perk to have in the game. Because, you know, you're on that high round, like 50 or 60, you know what I mean? You go down. You can respawn with your guns back, and you don't have to worry about having to run around the map trying to obtain good guns out of the mystery box. You don't have to worry about all that. Save yourself the frustration, respawn with your money back, buy your perks, and get your setup back within the same round almost. You know, depending on, you know, your playstyle and so forth. So, I mean, yeah, that's a way of looking at it. Perkaholic is in my top 5. It gives you all the perks in the map. The only problem about it is one of the rarest perks next to Phoenix Up. And the thing about Phoenix Up, I mean, Shopping Free is a good one too. It allows all purchases are free. So it's basically like a fire sale, but free, and it applies to everything in the game. Perks, guns, doors. You can use this and open up the map real quick. Okay, let's say this perk is good for a number of reasons. One of them is on round 1, you can open up the power, get the power set up on round 1 without having to spend a dime. So, meanwhile, all the money you're getting can be used to, and I mean, you can buy guns. I mean, straight up, and I think it applies to all the players. Hold on. It only lasts for a minute, so you have 60 minutes, or yeah, no, that's an hour. You have 60 seconds to use this thing, man. That's a very small amount of time. So what I recommend doing is buying the greatest wall gun you can find in whatever room you purchased, because instantly get those wall weapons. That way, I mean, you know, because you're not going to waste your minute hitting the mystery box trying to, you know, do that. What is your favorite map? Depends. Black Ops 2, it's Buried. Black Ops 1, it's Ascension. And Keenan or Toten, respectively, tied. And World at War, Verrucht, and Doris. I also like Shinonuma. The other map I like in Black Ops 1, apart from those two maps, are going to be Shang. Shangri-La was a great map. Black Ops 3, Garad Krovi, and BO3. I'm getting to that. Well, actually, I already said it, Garad Krovi. I like Garad Krovi. I think it's one of the better maps in the whole thing. I would say a close second would probably be Der Eisendrache and Shadows of Evil. Black Ops 4. I didn't really like Black Ops 4, but if I were to have to say the best map would probably be I don't know. I like that one map, Alpha Omega. It was like a Nuketown Zombies expanded. I also really liked the one Tag der Toten, which takes place at Call of the Dead, which was also one of my favorite maps growing up. You know, I like this. I like the environments of Call of the Dead. All the Black Ops 1 maps are great. BO4 is trash. I agree it's trash, but there are only 2 maps I really like from the DLC aspects. Apart from the DLC, the default maps, only 2 are good. Blood of the Dead and what do you call it? The other one, Voyage of Despair. Those are the only 2 good default maps. The other one, 9, really just 9 sucks as a map. It just sucks in my opinion. Essentially, it's like a rebooted Shino Numa with an underground segment and an above ground segment, and there's like little towers, and it's just well connected. So it's like, to me, it's like a, you know, like an enhanced Shino Numa. I don't really feel. I'll play some Shino Numa. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna play the Giant. At 6, I'm gonna leave for my haircut. I got work tomorrow on my day off, which actually has me all fucked up. What do you think about Black Ops BO4 Battle Royale? So, the Blackout mode, when I played it, it was... Put it this way, it was more buggier than, I don't know, man. It was just buggy, dude. I don't know how else to describe it. The game was more buggier than that one game, what do you call that game? Cyberpunk. It was worse than Cyberpunk. Now, Cyberpunk's been fixed. BO4, I don't know if you guys are onto this or not, the retarded COD community. The retards in the community, once they're done with that game and they're moving on to the development of a new game, they never fix their games. They never go back and fix their games. So there's no hope for it at all. There's no fixing it because they're not going to go back and fix it. Well, there's a teddy bear right there. And a little shadow right there. That gives me some Silent Hill vibes. For whatever reason, it always has. There's the giant head right there from Origins. The Easter egg with that. Oh shit. I had no idea you were right there.
Infestation confirmed. Positive identification of 115 on site.
What about Warzone? You thinking about that? I liked Warzone at the beginning, like season 1, season 2. I was really into it with my buddies. PB, Justin, and Sonic. We would always play Warzone on, you know, I liked it when it was just Modern Warfare. Now it's Cold War and Vanguard. I'm just really not about this Call of Duty game. I mean, modern Call of Duties, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like the anticipation level for them just dropped significantly. I feel like, for me, I don't anticipate to play them. I'll play them if I get around to them. And that's if I do. It's not even I'm trying to rush to get it. I'll do it if I do it. The starting room is a death trap. Buy this door the second you get the opportunity to. As for zombies, I feel like zombies is zombies. It has always been a side mode. It was never meant to be a main mode. It was always meant to be a side mode. It was made a main mode during Black Ops 1. In World at War, it was meant to be a side mode. Okay, we got Jug in this room. That's actually, you know, if I remember correctly in the original, we gotta throw a monkey bomb in this thing. That freaked me out as a kid, throwing a monkey bomb in there. Back again, lol. I'm still streaming, surprisingly. I'm not gone to the barber shop yet. I'm not gone to get my haircut. And then it's crazy because my barber shop is right next to the store I go to. It's right next to the Cabela's I go to buy all my hunting gear and stuff. So I'll go there. What is your favorite Easter egg? Sorry if I'm getting annoying. You're fine. My favorite Easter egg, Ascension. I liked freeing that one guy. I think his name was Dimitri. I remember, if I remember correctly. I liked Ascension's Easter egg. And I also liked the original Easter egg that started the Easter eggs. I liked Doris's hide and go seek Easter egg, where it would end the game. There was no way to complete zombies until that point. It's so strange that this map had an Easter egg, but what do you call it? I forget even how to do this Easter egg. I need to watch a guide or something like that, but in all actuality, it's just been so long since I've actually done anything with this map. But yeah, no, I liked Ascension's Easter egg. I think his name was Dr. Dimitri. You save him, or something like that. He's trapped in a machine. And you start off with the MRG. I have no idea, man. It's in there. I wish I went in there. You know, I'm so used to doing it like this. I don't care. This is how I always played the map. I always go this route. I've never gone any other route. I went that route like twice ever. But this was always the mystery box location. I swear to God, every time I played the game, the mystery box always started there. It always started there. If I remember correctly, all the World at War maps had a fixed mystery box spawn. Shino Numa's was in the first door you purchase on the first floor of the hut. The main hut was on the first floor. In Varuk, it was always in the power room. In Noct, it was in the help store, you know, the door that says helps. And I'm trying to think. Playing pool with grenades. Doing these trick shot grenades.
Let the lead slinging good times roll. Freak bags. Damn meat fighter.
Wonder if it's gonna give me double points for crouching on this. Nope, it's still, even though double points is on, you still only get 100 points. Okay. Buy a jug. Jug is very useful. I love Jug.
Doesn't get any better.
I still think Jug's overrated. I don't know. If we were to talk about perks, I could talk about perks all damn day. But in actuality, I remember back in the day, say, well, Jug doesn't really help. And trust me, bro, it really does. Back in the day, I used to say that because I feel like Jug pooped out at high rounds. No matter what, dude, zombies are always going to hit you at super, like, around 130. It was, like, high rounds for me way back in the day when I was playing with my buddy. So that's what we used to do. But I'm not into it like that anymore. For me, round 15, round 16, maybe round 20, maybe round 30. Those are good rounds for me on solo. Round 30 is like a decent round for me. It's decent. Round 50 is high round for me now. So just keep that in mind. I'm not what I used to be at all. I don't play zombies enough to. What is your last 2 favorite characters? What is your, what did I say, least 2 favorite? Well, if you're gonna say 2, you gotta say TWO. No, I'm not gonna correct your English. I'm not a grammar Nazi, but TWO, man. What do you call it? Least 2 favorite Black Ops characters? Well, I didn't like the main protagonist to. Black Ops. That depends. Do we count Cold War? Or are we counting... Okay, we'll count Cold War. I did not like Adler. I hated Adler. Thought he was cool at first, and then he does that bullshit at the ending of the game. I'm not going to spoil what he does exactly, but I don't know. I feel like he's a bitch. I don't like him. I don't like him. He's typical CIA. You know, what do you call it?
That's what I'm talking about.
The Brecky's pretty solid. The Drench, I'm getting shitty luck. Watch, I'm about to get a fucking DG2 one of these times. Not the packet. God, I fucking love the DG2, man. It sucks because this is a map where you can actually pack-a-punch the DG2. Normally, under normal circumstances, you really can't pack it. Because none of the World at War maps had pack-a-punch until Derice. Pack-a-punch wasn't a thing. The Bowie knife wasn't a thing. This map started all that. The Bowie knife, the pack-a-punch, and the teleporters. Now, what do you call it? Verrucht added the most. Added traps, added the power, added the box being able to move. There were going to be Hellhounds in Verrucht, but they just never could get the AI programming right. But they added that in Shino Numa. Shino Numa added a lot of storytelling with the radios. Apart from that, it added the whole swamp shit. The whole walking in mud decreases movement speed, I guess. That's where that came from. Cool, like the zip line, that came from that map. Those kinds of things. Those environmental fast travels, essentially. Again, the teleporters were... I think this is based off of an actual Nazi experiment known as, I think, D Glock. I think, in real life. It's kind of cool if you do the research behind it. It's crazy because I actually did a lot of research about, you know, Nazi experimental technology in World War II. Like, it's actually really interesting shit what the Germans are actually able to accomplish. Like, what do you call it? The STG-42, the Sturmgewehr, was the first ever assault rifle ever to be developed. True, there were automatic weapons, but an assault rifle, under legal definition, it's a weapon that can switch between semi-automatic to fully automatic with a detachable magazine. That is the definition of an assault rifle. Now, they were able to create a gun that had a system to be able to switch from semi to full auto. And then they had the Horton 223, or 229. I think I'm getting the name wrong, but it was a prototype spy plane that was constructed out of wood. So, if you guys know how radar works in real life, the air radar, it detects metal, right? So, it detects metal in the air, or large quantities, right? So, because it was constructed from wood, the radar wouldn't be able to detect it. And it used rocket fuel, jet fuel. Okay, it was a jet. It was a wooden jet. And people in NASA are still trying to figure out how that fucker was able to fly. Granted, it was still a prototype. It was never fully developed. Now, you know, there's stuff like that. But D Glock was supposed to be a time-traveling device. And, you know, in Element 115, which is in this game, Element 115, which created the zombies, is a real element on the periodic table now. Now, who it was developed by, that's depending on who you ask, we'll get different answers. People say the Russians developed it. People say the Swedish developed it in 2013. So, but, you know, that's, to me, that's badass that Element 115 actually exists. It's and that number 115 is determined by its call it its atom count or something like that. It's atom level. So different elements have atomic properties, and that's determined, and the amount of atom or whatever is determined by its atom count, which in this element's case is 115 with 115 its atom count. Stuff like that's kind of cool. Oh shit, I'm gonna die. Yeah, I died. But are you part of the army? You like, no. You know a lot of guns. What is your favorite gun? That's a tough one. Handgun would probably be the Beretta 92 FS. Rifle, as in like a standard rifle, probably an FNFAL. Despite the fact it's considered a battle rifle, not an assault rifle, even though you can find variants that can switch between 3-round burst, semi-auto, and full auto, but it's still considered a battle rifle because the cartridge is 308. It's not the same as an assault rifle. An assault rifle is a lighter caliber, like 7.62 by 39 millimeter, 5.56 by 45 NATO, 223 Remington. I mean, 308's not a big round, but I mean, compared to those rounds, I mean, it's a pretty decent. You can hunt an elk with a 223, or not 223, but a 308. 300 Blackout. I mean, I can name more. I mean, there's a lot of caliber types, but you know, regular rifle, probably a FNFAL semi-automatic. Pistol caliber carbine, probably a modernized, what do you call it? A modern civilian Thompson, which are actually the reproduction Thompsons, which are based off the World War II Thompsons. They're the exact same gun, except it's semi-automatic, and it still feeds 45 ACP. The magazine's different, though. The magazines from the original, you know, the 1942 Thompsons and 38 Thompsons and all that, those magazines are not interchangeable. But yeah, I think it's Auto Ordnance makes the new Thompsons. So, you know, those are pretty nice. As far as pistol caliber carbines go, a 22, because I put a 22 in a different category despite the fact it's a rifle. But I'd say the Ruger 1022. I mean, you got the Mossberg 702 Plinkster, and the I know Savage makes a 22, and I mean, you can find 22 variant AR-15s. But 22 as a caliber is a fun plinking rifle, so I put that in its own category. A carbine, probably an AR-15 of some sort. At least two favorite gun. What is your least two favorite perks in any game? Well, I'm assuming you're referring to Black Ops. Perk-wise, I feel like I like Deadshot Daiquiri. I think it's underrated. I think being able to auto aim to the head if you have quick draw, which increases your ADS speed, I think that could be very overpowered. But I think at the same time, being able to auto aim to the head when you can already aim to the head, you know, I don't think that's really that necessary. I'd say one of my least favorite perks would probably be Who's Who from Black Ops 2. I hated that perk. I think that perk was retarded. Who's Who was just a horrible perk in general. PhD Flopper was a great perk. If anyone says it's trash, then you truly never played Black Ops 1. ever in your life, pal. I don't know. Quick revive. There, quick revive. I think being able to revive your teammates faster is useful, and I think being able to self-revive when playing solo is extremely useful, but I never use it. I never use quick revive in any situation. I only get quick revive if the enemies drop a perk, and they only drop it, like for instance in Ascension, if you kill all the monkeys without them attacking the perk machines, you get a free perk along with a max ammo. Or you kill the boss from Call of the Dead, he drops you a perk. George A. Romero, he'll drop you a perk for free. There are certain things you can do, like on the house, they can give you a free perk. Or certain like Easter eggs or little challenges you can do that can drop you a free perk. You know what I mean? There are different ways that you can get different perks. Each perk allocates a buff, a temporary buff, for as long as you have that perk equipped. So, quick revive, being able to revive your teammates faster. In this game, it literally cuts the revive time by 50%. So you revive your friend 50% faster. So all it does is it basically means when the circle hits the halfway point, it auto revives them pretty much, which is extremely fast. And now when you're having zombies near you and everything like that, that can be very useful. But when you guys find your setup, and I mean you guys have the good guns, and everyone does their part, when one person goes down, when 3 people go down, or one person goes down, 2 people are surrounded, and you're getting overrun and your train is getting out of control, you're most likely all going to die. So quick revive is a waste of a perk, especially considering that it takes up a perk slot. You only have 4 perk slots, and out of the 4 perk slots, what are you going to allocate those perks with? Are going to allocate it with Juggernog, which is, I mean, everyone's going to allocate 1 point with Juggernog. What do you think Widow's Wine? What do you think about Widow's Wine? I think it's a great perk. I think it is the best perk that we can have in place for Jug. I think it's a great contender against Jug. I think if you have Widow's Wine without Jug, it's still useful, but with Jug, it's just a great combination. But that takes up 2 slots. That allocates 2 perk points, I guess you could say. You only get 4. And so each one takes up a perk slot. So if you allocate your points correctly and you have a good loadout of weapons that correspond their effects with stats that are increased with those particular weapons. Like let's say, well, I don't know, let's say you have a SMG with very fast reload speed, and then you have, you know, sleight of hand on there along with your fast mags. Your reload speed is extremely fast. So yeah, you could, let's say you have a low capacity magazine, like let's say you have 20 rounds, and those 20 rounds are spent up, and then you reload your magazine in less than a second. I mean, you know, you're ready to face on the next horde. You're ready to dispense the next magazine. You know, something like that's overpowered. Whereas something like a Dingo has a slow reload speed with fast mags, you can make up for that. Like, I've heard some talk about people saying like, oh, if you have fast mags equipped on all your weapons that you can have it equipped on, then you don't need speed cola. It becomes useless once you have fast mags. I'd say yeah, it increases your magazine. It doesn't increase your reload speed as fast as sleight of hand or speed cola or whatever. But it makes it faster, yeah. But when you combine it with speed cola, I mean, you basically operate very fast. I mean, it's just almost instantaneous, especially on something like a pistol with a fast reload speed, or a SMG or something like that. Something like a shotgun, it's needed. You're going to need something to make, because you don't want to spend your time loading up your shells. You know, you want to drop mag and reload. Now, there are shotguns in this game with magazines, obviously. Black Ops 3. But I mean, something like an LMG, right? Like the Dingo, something that's really good, has a lot of ammo. Its reload speed is very slow. So having both, like what I have fast mags on it, and I always get, I always get speed cola. So my reload speed with the Dingo is very fast. So I'm always constantly ready to face the next horde. I'm always, because like that thing dispenses like 100 rounds. So you combine it pack-a-punched with that, I mean, you can get some really nice results. I mean, you just got to correspond your perks with whatever setup you're wanting to run. Like, I know some people like to equip the, if we go to weapon kits, let's say a sniper rifle and deadshot, and that's like instas quick scope build setup bullshit, auto aim. Something like a Draken, a semi-automatic sniper rifle, right? With rapid fire, you're able to accomplish a lot. With a stock, you can move faster while aiming down sights. That gives you maneuverability. That gives you the ability to maneuver better. Now, fast mags, being able to reload these sniper rifles fast is going to be good, especially something like this. It's semi-automatic, where you can disperse multiple rounds, and the cycling speed's faster. Versus something like a bolt action, like the Locust. You know, you have to rack the bolt back to, cycle the next round. This is semi-automatic. One trigger pull, one bullet comes out, and it automatically cycles it for you. This thing is, oddly enough, a semi-automatic sniper. There's no bolt to it, but this thing's fucking cycling speed is slow as shit. This thing cycles about the same speed as a tractor. So, I mean, this thing kind of sucks. But it is what it is. The Argus, I find, is actually a relatively solid shotgun. When we look at its stats, its damage stats are really up there, and the way I have mine set up is really nice. So I have, obviously the rapid fire, because it is a lever action rifle, or shotgun rather. Its cycling speed is going to be, medium at best. But with this, it helps make up for it. I only had 4 points invested into there, right? But now this adds 2 points of cycling speed, fire rate, cycling speed, whatever. It's basically the same word, different word for the same meaning. I don't need a stock upgrade. I don't need to be able to move faster while aiming down sights. But sometimes when clearing a room and you just want to get headshots with this thing, because this thing is very accurate. It's one of the most accurate shotguns in the game. The pellet spread is, and the range is pretty solid. So headshots with this is actually something viable, actually, for a shotgun. Unlike the other options out there. I mean, the Brecci, in my opinion, the Haymaker's goofy. It's the exact opposite of what I want in a shotgun. But anyway, moving on. Something like a stock upgrade on this is actually somewhat useful. Shotguns are shotguns in Call of Duty games. But anyway, you can get this from the wall, which that should be something you can consider when rating your guns. Are they wall guns or are they box guns? The box guns, is a chance you may not get it in that game, but if it's a wall gun, then you can preface, okay, if I'll have this many points by round 3, if this door costs this much, how much will I have left over? How much is the cost of that gun? Okay, I still have enough to buy that gun and use it, and the ammo cost. So you equate that as far as an economical point. This thing's actually very viable. I think I forget how much the Argus. I think it's 1,300 or something like that. I can actually look it up right now. Well, I believe it's 1,300. How much is